News stories, combs up, Fridays 6 p.m., Sundays 6 p.m. Stay tuned.
Deep in the heart of Egypt, Joseph, the second most powerful man in the world, stood upon his balcony, overlooking the shimmering Nile at sunset. Though he wore the gold of Pharaoh, his heart yearned for the dusty plains of Canaan in the face of the father he hadn't seen in decades. In the land of Canaan, the elderly Jacob sat in the shade of his tent, his face etched with the sorrows of many years. Suddenly, his sons returned, their voices echoing with news that seemed like a dream. Joseph is alive. He is governor over all Egypt. Jacob's heart went numb. He could not believe them. How could the boy he mourned for 20 years be the lord of a distant empire? But when he saw the Egyptian wagons sent to carry him, his spirit revived. "It is enough," he cried. "I must go and see him." Have you ever received a blessing so great it felt impossible to believe? Sometimes God's restoration is larger than our wildest imagination. As the great caravan crossed into the land of Goshen, the dust of the desert met the lush green of the delta. Joseph did not wait in his palace. He prepared his chariot and galloped toward Goshen, his heart pounding with every turn of the wheel. When Joseph saw his father, he threw himself upon his neck and wept for a long time. The silence of decades was broken by tears. Jacob whispered, "Now let me die, since I have seen your face with my own eyes and know that you are still alive." God often allows seasons of separation to make the eventual reunion a testament to his sovereign faithfulness and perfect timing. Soon, it was time to stand before the throne. Joseph brought 5 of his brothers and his father into the presence of Pharaoh himself. Pharaoh, draped in gold and wearing the Pshent crown, looked upon the Hebrew shepherds with unexpected kindness and royal generosity. Then came a remarkable sight. The elderly shepherd Jacob, leaning on his staff, stretched out his hand and blessed the mighty king of Egypt. This was spiritual authority meeting worldly power. Jacob knew that even a king needs the blessing of the God of Abraham. Years passed in the peace of Goshen. As Jacob's strength faded, he called for Joseph and his 2 grandsons, Ephraim and Manasseh. In a final act of prophetic vision, Jacob crossed his arms, placing his right hand on the younger boy, defying tradition, but following God's lead. One by one, Jacob spoke over his 12 sons. He spoke of lions, of vines, and of the scepter that would not depart from Judah. He was not just saying goodbye. He was laying the foundation for a nation that would one day change the history of the world. When Jacob breathed his last, a great mourning filled Egypt. But for the brothers, a new fear emerged. Would Joseph now seek revenge? They threw themselves at his feet, offering to be his slaves. But Joseph, moved to tears by their fear, looked at them with pure grace. "Do not fear," he said. "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Joseph's journey concluded with a final act of faith. On his deathbed, he made his family swear to carry his bones back to the promised land. His story reminds us that God is the master weaver, turning our deepest pains into the very threads of his glorious plan. Thank you for joining us in this journey of faith. Subscribe for more stories of God's providence, and comment below your own God moment of restoration.
News stories, combs up, Fridays 6 p.m., Sundays 6 p.m. Stay tuned.